Greetings, ladies, gentlemen, and others, and welcome back to another LAPcast, or LAPcast, as we're now officially calling it for short. But this is a particularly special one, given that you can actually see our faces. See, all four of us, right here. You know who we are, or at least you should, but I'm the Guardian.
I'm Isetta.
I am pissed off.
I'm also pissed.
And the reason for this special edition is because we hinted at it at the end of the last podcast, but we are going to be discussing the 5-part epic crossover event, Crisis on Infinite Earths.
No, here's better. 5-part epic.
It certainly was a crisis, alright.
Yes, we are going to be talking about the crisis that is Crisis on Infinite Earths. That's the title that I'm putting up on the channel, by the way. I'm sticking with that.
What, the Crisis of Crisis on Infinite
Yes.
Earths?
Oh, yeah.
Let's talk about the Crisis of Crisis. Now, first and foremost, it has...
The midlife crisis of Infinite Earth.
That's also good.
That is good.
Now, before we begin, we are making this clear that we will first be talking about the good parts of it, we will then be discussing the bad, and we will just overall go about the nerdy that was evident through the 5-part epic crossover.
Honestly, I'm just going to lump in the nerdy
headphones,
with the bad.
beware, there might be screaming, so I suggest
Yeah.
you turn your volume down.
Yeah, she has a good point. Fair warning to you headphone users, because we're actually using a mic this time, which I guarantee, given how loud you two are in general, it's going to pick you up just fine.
Yeah. Again, though, I think we should just lump nerdy in with bad in this
Oh,
case.
it's going to be all three with me.
Yeah, fair enough. Let's get started with the good part, and we'll go around for each person individually.
And we'll be stretching the definition of good with this first part. Part 1, Super Hurl.
You talking about the character, or
No,
the
what's
show?
good about
Sure.
part 1?
I was just going for overall, but
Yeah, okay, well, yeah, let's just go overall. Let's just not even go into the individual episodes, because then we'll be here forever, because I have a lot to say about every single freaking episode.
I like what...
Comment down below if you want us to do in-depth for each part.
Which, that'll be another video entirely.
Mm-hmm.
But I personally like the casting. I think Grant Gustin does fine. I like who's playing Supergirl and Sarah Lance. Most of the legends, actually. Stephen Amell. He looks old. He looks old.
Well, that show's been going on for who knows how many years now.
8 seasons.
It started in 2011? 12?
Not 8-9 years.
So yeah, probably doing all this time and over again, especially with the other projects he's been in.
Yeah.
He probably will get a little disheveled. Old.
But he looks like he's sick of it.
I mean, apparently, and I haven't kept up with Arrow in particular, because if I want that, I'll just go watch a Batman show.
Yeah, Arrow's just Batman.
But apparently he's got a daughter now.
Yeah.
No wonder he looks old.
That was news to me.
Yeah, because
Same.
I feel like none of us actually care about Arrow.
It was a good launching point, but after a while...
After season 3, in particular, I think.
I mean, when things actually started getting interesting, they actually started doing more than just,
Just being Batman?
Yeah.
I was going to say when he introduced Barry Allen.
Like I said, started bringing in actually interesting characters.
Yes.
Actually started opening up the door for metahumans.
Yeah, I keep forgetting that Ray Palmer, the Atom, was also introduced in Arrow.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's evident in one of the flashbacks in this, but I think the casting does fine for what they're being given to work with.
More or less.
And, well, you guys can go ahead. That's all I got for now.
Alright. It was actually pretty interesting to actually see a bunch of the characters on screen together, not just the whole crossover thing. But the thing is, I do kind of appreciate the fact that oh god, this is another crossover thing. And that they're all actually aware of the fact, so they actually just call it crossover.
Particularly the Legends, because
I hated that.
there was a point in one of the episodes, I think it was season 3 or so, it might have been, I think it was season 3 actually, because they didn't join for the crossover last year. So instead, there was this joke where they were trying to trick someone by dressing up as Arrow, Flash, and Supergirl.
I'm still behind on the Arrowverse shows.
Let me put it this way: just watch The Flash and Legends of Tomorrow. Maybe Supergirl every now and then.
Just the fact that that actually makes sense. It makes me sad.
Oh, and Constantine, of course.
Yes.
Well, yeah, Legends, because Constantine never.
No, I mean the Constantine TV show.
Yeah, I know.
He's just great.
Yeah, I know, and it's still technically unfinished.
It is?
Yeah, it never got the chance to actually have the first full season.
Jeez.
Thank you, NBC.
Is that NBC or is that CW?
No, that was NBC.
Yeah, they're the ones who actually make the show. CW just airs it.
Yeah, still saying the Berlanti-verse, but NBC doesn't know how to do any good property like that ever. I mean, these are the same people that had Xena, Star Trek, The Cape, Heroes, Chuck.
Chuck.
Yeah. That was Zachary Levi before he became Shazam.
Oh.
Yeah. Anyway.
So how about you two? Well, I already know you're good. You love Supergirl. You love her actress.
Yeah, she's fucking hot. But as for
She's like a 6.
Continue.
as for everything else, as I don't know much, as you guys already know,
Mm-hmm.
I enjoyed some things, but a lot of the things that I didn't really understand or enjoy stuck out.
Yeah, we'll get to bad in a minute.
Yeah.
Oh,
we will.
yeah.
We will.
Because when you get to
That's going to be the majority.
Yeah, that is probably going to be.
when we get to the
worst.
bad, I got
Mostly the Supergirl stuff stuck out to me because I've seen more of that than I've seen any of the other Arrowverse stuff.
Oh, Lex Luthor.
we will not bring that up.
No.
Yeah.
Bring that up, Dad.
I wanted to put his head through a fucking wall.
I think everyone did.
I'm also going to bring up some of the shit that annoyed me with Supergirl up and bad.
Yeah. Oh, and I've got the biggest kryptonite bomb for you all about why this episode was. The story was the way it is.
We will
We'll
take
get to
turns. We will take turns with
It's
the
my turn to tell you what was
Yeah.
good. Positives. I like Barry Allen.
That's one.
That's all I got. I really hated it.
Yeah, you need to just watch the show straight. Again, take a full dose of Flash, a dose of Legend of Tomorrow, and you should be good.
Oh, I forgot to mention, there are a couple one-liners that were funny.
Yeah, some of the dialogue was funny. Alright, let's move on to the bad.
Oh.
The dialogue's funny because it's horrible.
This is where I think we should go episode by episode.
All right. Because do you want me to drop the kryptonite bomb now or afterwards?
Let's drop it. Just drop it. What's with the first episode? Go ahead.
This part of the story is by Mark Guggenheim.
Who's that? Who
did he do?
What does he do?
Green Lantern 2011.
Oh.
Percy Jackson, Sea of Monsters.
Oh.
There we go.
That explains the ending.
Fuck this man! Fuck him! Fuck him! Fuck him!
Hey, hold
Fuck
on.
him!
The Green Lantern 2011 movie. The one we reviewed.
No, that's Percy Jackson on me.
Yeah. The Percy Jackson, he also did the second Percy Jackson movie, which was trash.
Compared to the
Yeah,
negative
if there's
stuff.
one thing we can thank that man for, it gave one hell of a funny review from us.
Are we ever reviewing the Percy Jackson movies?
Yes.
It's gonna give us 2 funny reviews.
Well, 3.
Oh,
both
right.
Percy Jacksons.
He also worked on my favorite show,
What?
No Ordinary Family.
Huh?
That's a story for another day.
Okay. Jinx.
Like I said, that is a story.
Alright, where's that little notebook of yours? Let's see it.
I have
All right,
it, but
because this is all going to be
Did
from
I
me
hand it
right
back?
here.
Yeah, he gave it back.
I did give it back?
Yeah, you did.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. Let's start with how all basically, well, for me, no matter what, whenever I watch Supergirl, the dialogue always feels stunted and forced.
Oh my god.
Okay, I have to agree with that.
That was the whole special, but episode 1 especially. I've only ever watched one episode of Supergirl.
Is that the episode where Flash
crossed over?
Yeah.
And, oh my god, I hated it.
Even his dialogue was stunted and everything when he appeared in that.
Yes, what they do? I remember watching that episode, being like, "What did they do to my Barry Allen?"
He Supergirled him.
Hashtag not my Barry Allen.
Yeah, hashtag not my Barry.
He Supergirled him. Basically, I would basically consider Supergirl as a visual stool hardener. Just because how everything just gets hard and stiff, and everything actually has no fluid motion whatsoever. And everything, when they're trying to, try to be progress or something, always feels like this. Yeah, feels just like that.
Please stop pushing me.
Yeah. See?
Additionally, that's more so responsible to the writing, and the directing, because if the cast isn't giving the best performance, then that means that the director should have gone.
Remember, this was supposed to be their feminist approach to the Arrowverse.
Right.
Batwoman.
We'll get to that in a little. We'll get to that later. Oh, that's another thing I can't stand.
What?
Batwoman.
Huh.
No, I'll give Bat. I like the actress.
I don't like
I
her
think
hair.
she does a good job. Which
Which
the hair
hair?
on the costume or her
The
hair in regular?
The red hair?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, the costume. I hate the Batgirl. I hate the Batwoman costume. I've always hated the Batwoman costume. It works fine in animation. It is terrible in live action.
Yeah. It
looks
looks like a cosplay.
It looks so unnatural.
It looks like a
Now, to be fair,
cosplay.
Batgirl started off as a cosplaying superfan. Technically, remember that was her
No,
origin.
that was Batgirl.
I know. Technically, that was Batgirl's origin. So yeah, of course it's gonna look like cosplay since she's basically taking up her own Bat costume.
Oy vey.
Yeah, sure, maybe it initially, but eventually it gets better because she becomes official. This one, the suit looks horrible.
Mm.
I honestly don't think the color of the costume is that bad. I like the red bat. It reminds me of Batman Beyond.
I don't mind the costume. I just hate the
I hate the hair.
The hair is the
Yeah.
biggest point of discontent with
But-
Batwoman.
But as
If
the
she
whole
had
thing,
kept
Yeah,
her
at least in
hair,
terms of the
like
costume.
her natural hair that's short,
If
it
she-
would have looked nice.
Like,
yeah, but it should look too much like Cassandra Cain.
Again, I like the
Yeah,
actress.
yeah, the actress was fine.
Of all
Yeah.
the characters and actors outside of Barry, that I actually liked Batwoman actress and her performance. Because she's the only one who felt like she cared.
I just can't stand the hell out of Kate King. It's like, I know what her character is about, but every single bit, she just seems like raging bitch.
Hi, let me introduce you to Batman Bad Blood.
We don't talk about that.
I've already gone on in depth about why I hate that movie.
Yes, you have.
And I still have to do Son of Batman so that the shit trilogy will be complete.
You started with part 2, then
Yes.
you went to part 3, now you're going back to part 1.
Yeah, I started with...
Everything your knees.
Yeah, oh,
You used to like Son of Batman.
His knees are behind me.
oh, they are behind him. Alright, and this is where it all starts out with the whole multiverse being assimilated by the frickin' antimatter.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's also another thing I actually did like. The small little tiny cameos that you do see in the opening. Because you do get to see Burt Ward as Dick Grayson.
Yeah, that was actually kind of cool.
Yeah, it actually was.
See, those are the kind of cameos that I'm fine with. There are only 2 cameos in anything that work. They are either the cameos that are just fly by, blink and you miss them. They're just fun little Easter eggs, nods, kind of like Stan Lee in basically every Marvel cameo he did.
Yeah.
It's like they're not substantial. They don't really take anything away from it. They're
It's
just
just
fun
good
little
fun.
flybys.
You still
And
know,
then the
you still
other
notice
cameo-
it, and you're happy.
And the other cameos that work are the story important
Mhm.
ones,
Like
the ones that
Stan Lee
actually
and
contribute to
Yeah.
what's happening.
She also brought up another similar cameo with Stephen King.
in his
and
movies.
Yeah,
when
Stephen
he does
King.
that.
He always has that one little role that you have to play find him.
Yeah.
Alright? How about the fact that...
Again, a good example for part 2 cameo is Stephen
Well,
King
we will get to
in
it.
it. No, I'm still on good cameos. What
Oh.
makes a good cameo
Okay.
would be Stephen King in It Chapter 2.
Yeah.
It's like it actually contributes to the story.
Yeah.
Another thing I hate about it. even though this whole Arrowverse thing was going on for years and years, until this whole rise of social justice bullcrap, the women in superhero, non-alien, what have you, why is it always like they're just still going to be forced instead of being natural progressive characters? Like, yeah, women can be strong. You don't have to just keep shoving that to us. Just put them on an equal fighting level.
Mm-hmm.
Is this literally a hard concept to grasp?
It shouldn't be.
Like,
It shouldn't. It really shouldn't be.
Yeah, I mean, look at, again, going back to the episode where the Flash crossed over, I liked seeing that the possibility of multiple Earths in that, and, eventually growing forward. But Livewire and Screaming Banshee in that episode were painful.
yeah.
Not to mention Cat Grant.
So you don't talk about it.
So can I talk about my opinion on the Arrowverse Superman while we're on that subject real quick?
Or as Lena likes to call him, Stupid Man.
I hate the Arrowverse Superman.
Why do you hate him?
Yeah.
Is it the casting?
It's the casting.
He's a good Clark Kent. He is too small to be Superman.
He is scrawny. His voice is wimpy. I can't stand him.
You know they're only
as
doing that
Superman.
there's only doing that just to make Supergirl look better by comparison.
Yeah. I
remember when
hate
saw
that.
When I came in, I was pissed.
Yeah, you literally saw him in the first frame and you were ticked off.
I was.
Oh yeah, the fact that they were on Argo.
Mm.
I hated. I fucking
Yeah, because I was
hated
like, oh, okay, this
when
isn't
he
bad.
sent his son up
Oh yeah.
so that he
I
could
saw
live
him
and him and Lois would
You just
die.
fucking ruined the whole entire thing for me.
That was
mirrored.
fucking painful.
They sent their son out into space when they thought they were gonna die
Oh, yeah.
because of the antimatter wave, and then they're safe. And then they gotta go play Find John.
That's the other thing I also absolutely hated about Supergirl that I've now just remembered.
The fact that they're pulling out a Super Sons TV show where they can,
What?
or at least something where Lois and Clark.
No. The uselessness and just about near pointlessness of Harbinger.
Harbinger.
See? See how useless she was just about that?
She. Oh, you talk about John Diggle's wife?
Yeah. I mean, okay, this is getting to the nerdy part. Because Harbinger is basically what Silver Surfer is to Galactus, or what Harbinger is to the Monitors.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. They didn't even give her specialized helmet. They didn't give her more as as what she is. The Harbinger of things to come.
Mm-hmm.
So she just looked boring, unnecessary, and pointless in her blue uniform. If it wasn't for the fact she actually stayed who she was, I never would have guessed that would have been Harbinger.
I was questioning why it was John Diggle's wife that was picked, honestly. I mean, I haven't caught up with I am not caught up with Arrow. Does she have any special abilities or something, or some aspect of her character that makes her worthy to be a Harbinger?
Now, to be fair, I don't know about the Arrowverse, but to be fair, that is actually her secret identity. And the thing is, she is the chronicler of all events, and she also does have memories of all universes, pre, post, and Flashpoint Crisis.
I'm asking because basically the reason why I'm questioning her, why she is chosen as Harbinger, the only thing that I have seen her with in general is she's John Diggle's wife. She's the head of Argus, the group that for some reason held Shark King or Man Shark or whatever.
King Shark?
Yeah, King Shark in that little prison. I don't know what makes her so worthy to be a Harbinger.
Yeah.
Oh, that's her.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like I said, she's basically a monitor. She's basically monitor light. Because she basically has the abilities of a monitor, but in a smaller scale, like how Silver Surfer has the power cosmic.
Oh, so as a good example, she's Crystal Monitor.
Yeah, actually.
Because apparently Crystal Pepsi sucks.
But the thing is, Harbinger actually has her purpose, and she actually does a lot to actually help. Here, She's has 20 minutes of screen time in total. And that's me being generous.
Yeah, that's probably about right.
What does she do?
She summoned.
She's the one that gets corrupted.
Yeah, she got corrupted by the
She's the one
Anti-Monitor.
basically bringing everyone from all points of the universe.
She's acting as Nick Fury to
pointless.
assemble everyone, and then she gets corrupted, and we don't see her again.
Trust me, I'm about to talk about so much pointless shit. So many plot lines that go nowhere.
Let's start with the first one by aggressing. We are aggressive, but that's not what I'm doing. By addressing the death of Green Arrow.
You mean the whole thing that was completely telegraphed since day one?
Yeah.
Yeah. Like I said.
Again, let's turn the clocks back about a year or so to the last crossover, which was Elseworlds. Oliver made a deal with the Monitor so that Barry wouldn't have to give up his life in Crisis, and Flash, the newspaper article has been teasing would happen ever since season 1.
Okay.
He did this so that Barry and Kara would remain alive because, again, I don't know if it's him being the bigger man or saying, hey, an alien and a guy with super speed are probably going to do a lot more than a guy with a bow and arrow and martial arts skills. Probably the latter. And so he made that deal with the Monitor so that Barry and Kara would survive, and we see now what the cost of it is, and he gives up his own life fighting shadow demons while they're evacuating the planet.
I love how we don't actually ever get a sense for how monumental what he did was.
I mean,
We don't even get a sense as to how powerful these shadow demons are. You just hit them and they turn into smoke.
Or how about the fact there was no bullet to him whatsoever?
It took 3 hits, I counted.
Oh.
No, here's the thing. He does this, and they're like, oh, he helped save an extra 1 billion lives. We don't ever see any of the people from that Earth ever again after that.
We don't even see where they even evacuated.
We don't even see where they go.
I think they were evacuated
Hell,
to Earth.
we don't even see the people that helped evacuate them
Yeah.
after this point.
Because you think in a world where humans and aliens are basically coexisting at this point, you think you would actually see something a little more substantial about that.
In fact, they never get mentioned again. That is how little it matters.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So Green Arrow dies for essentially nothing from a story standpoint.
The first time. He dies for nothing the first time.
And the second time you don't care because he's already died once.
We'll get to the second time. But is there anything else to discuss part 1-wise? Other than the Monitor setting up clickbait?
I hated the dialogue.
Well, you now know why.
It's some of the worst shit I've ever seen written for mainstream television.
And the other half of the writing team was people was the guy who worked on shows like Grey's Anatomy and Crossing Jordan.
This is my problem that I've noticed with the Arrowverse as a whole. I think Flash balances it best. They don't know how to separate the melodrama from the superhero stuff.
Well, it is CW.
Yeah, but there's a point to where it gets so overpowering that the melodrama basically is just the show.
CW.
Again, the Flash does it well.
They didn't do it with Supernatural for sure.
Legends of Tomorrow does it decently.
We're going to talk about
Like,
Legends of Tomorrow.
Arrow was disgustingly melodramatic.
I think that's probably why I wasn't invested.
Plus,
in
does
season
anyone
one.
Everything I've
actually
seen.
a true Green Arrow fan?
Everything I've ever
I don't
seen
know, I don't think so.
from Supergirl, the melodrama is the only shit in that show.
Yeah. Oh, can you also talk about how Martian Manhunter is there, but you don't actually see him as Martian
I
Manhunter?
didn't even know he was Martian Manhunter.
Yeah.
Budget.
I didn't piece this together until the very end.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, I've watched a bit of Supergirl, so that's why I knew.
Me too.
I watched the episode where he was first introduced, and we just couldn't have the Martian Manhunter from Smallville.
No, something. Part 1. Here's the first of many plot lines that go nowhere.
Jonathan being shot off into space
And he ends up in a different Earth.
in a different
Oh,
timeline.
what?
How
Oh, what's
how
this?
does that work?
No, but this happens. And ooh, are we gonna go on something? Nah, we're just gonna go to the others. Oh, here he is. Okay, bye. Okay.
Oh, can we also just talk
That
about just
that was
how...
the most wasteful screen time I had seen. We'll get to everything, all the other times they waste screen time.
I just remembered another point. They needed a ship to evacuate the Earths. Enter alternate universe Rory with his Wave Rider. Enter the Leonard Snart cameo. That's actually just a voice.
yeah.
No, they didn't need him to evacuate Earth. They needed him to have a ship, to have a base. For reasons.
Because they couldn't get the other legends. Apparently their schedules didn't line up yet.
No,
So you mean
apparently they
the
didn't want to
actually-
pay them.
Yeah. Oh, also...
No, that we had to put all our extra money in the Ezra Miller cameo. That did nothing.
We'll get there.
Yeah. Or how about the fact that some of these heroes could have been way more useful than others that were actually shown in this whole thing?
Additionally, though, Rory is probably one of my favorites in Legends of Tomorrow, simply because of his simple-minded nature.
Apparently he's a successful writer. Go figure.
Mm-hmm. You had me a beer.
But the also another thing is just the whole hostility that that Batwoman showed to Adam when, granted, he was getting a little bit close, but still, that's just how Ray Palmer is.
Yeah.
Like, no matter what, he's easily the most useful out of them all.
You want to talk about the action scene in episode 1 and how it reminded me of Age of Ultron?
I never even put that one together.
You mean the CGI army?
Not just that, but just like, oh, we're all going to stand here and we're going to let things come at us and we're just going to punch them. There's nothing to this. There's nothing really going on.
More or less, that feels kind of like the crossover when they had the Dominators.
No, for some reason, how it's shot, filmed, and written, it reminded me of Age of Ultron.
Yeah.
As far as I knew, Joss Whedon wasn't a part of the writing for this.
No.
Yeah, it might have been better if he was.
You know,
Because he does know how to write dialogue.
for the most part, yeah. But it started getting a little rapey, but yeah.
Yeah.
We all know how you work, Joss Whedon. Just own up to it.
So, is there...
And then we won't be mad anymore. The rest of America will be mad, but we won't be.
I'd also be mad because you're still a horrible person, but still. Anyway, as for other points,
You're still just salty about the Snyder cut.
actually no. At this point, I really just can't stand that man. I mean, how do you fire a woman from a show because she got pregnant, then have the anniversary special come up, just kill her character off because of doing so?
Talking about Firefly?
No,
No,
it's
that's not
actually Angel.
Not aware of it.
It's a spin-off for Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
Not aware of it.
We'll get to that bridge when we cross it.
You were saying one other thing?
Let's see. I'm trying to think. Oh! How about the fact that on the monitor, we all know he speaks in riddles, but he was just entirely useless.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll get to
Oh
how
my God.
we'll get to how useless he is in part 3 for sure.
We'll get to I'm gonna get to how useless he is in part 2.
Even more so in part 3.
Oh my God, does he have nothing to do?
Yeah.
In fact, oh my God, does he do stupid shit that doesn't add to anything?
Are you talking about this or
I'm talking
Elseworlds?
about Lex Luthor.
Oh.
Oh, I cannot wait to talk about that.
Yeah, I thought you were talking about Elseworlds because this is entirely his fault.
Oh,
Yeah.
also just how annoying Green Arrow's daughter is, and how whiny and demanding.
No, I'll talk about that when I get to the one of the other plot lines that goes nowhere.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. As soon as we see him reveal the suit that he had commissioned for her, we all know this is no go.
I don't want it. You need to be Green Arrow.
Show him how it's done, Robin.
Yeah. Let's also try to keep it down just a little bit more. Alright, anyway.
Is there anything else about part 1? Because we kind of need to cut real soon.
Yeah, I know. Oh, one thing I actually did like about part 1,
What?
it had an ending.
Can you call that an ending, though, when it continues
the
into
episode-
4 other parts?
The episode ended. That's what I liked about it.
It didn't keep going. Except, and then Crisis kept going, and then you hate it again.
Yeah, I mean, that's not the part I was saying, like, the episode of Supergirl ended, so that made me happy.
But it's like, oh, thank God, I'm not giving Supergirl any more ratings.
Yeah.
And then we immediately go to Batwoman, and we're like, shit, we're giving Batwoman ratings.
Yeah.
Which we'll get to. Enter part 2, the Batwoman episode.
Yeah, back on.
Yes. Oh, I have some things to say about this episode.
You and me both.
I don't have a third arm. Lean, be my third arm. On Tristan's hand. Thank you.
So, I got a better title for this episode.
Woke garbage.
Better than that.
What?
2.5 loofers. Loof 4 4 loof 4 loof 4 loof 4.
Okay, here's what I'll say about this Lex Luthor and his actor.
He needs to shave his beard.
I miss Jesse Eisenberg.
He needs to shave his beard. Lex Luthor is meant to be a conniving, cunning, clever businessman. He is meant to be a shaved, bald-headed bastard.
And
Now,
this guy is none of that stuff.
Now, to be fair,
He's an on-the-nose moron.
I could have gotten this a bit. I could have forgiven this a bit more. They gave him a matching wig since that was his thing back in the '90s. He actually had facial hair and he had red facial hair and a red wig.
But the beard is black.
I know. If they gave him at least a matching black wig, I'd probably get him forgiven it.
No.
But no, just no. This is what happens when we work Charlie Sheen for too long. This is what happened to him.
Before we continue, what do you have to say about Lex Luthor?
Me?
Yes.
We're gonna keep talking about him for the rest of this.
I would beat the shit out of him. He should have burned from the very beginning.
That is the perfect thing, because this is not a good Lex Luthor.
They could have taken the book and just slammed his head in it.
Oh, we don't even bring up that thing. It's
The Book of Destiny,
You mean the thing that basically contributes to the rest of the plot?
and that thing that is used as something of a Deus Ex Machina, and how it was abused and not even used well in the last crossover by swapping Barry and Oliver's lives, and then eventually leading to the thing where they go to find Supergirl so that they can prove that they're one another, and instead we get the Smallville theme song and the Smallville step, and we don't get Tom Welling!
Yes. Huh. Yes.
Calm down.
I want my Tom Welling.
Talk about Tom Welling.
We'll talk about Tom Welling.
Calm down.
And this is the character we hear about his book, but we never see.
I'm here.
I want my Tom Welling.
I like the design. It's very old school 80s fantasy. I love it. I love 80s fantasy drawings.
That right there is Destiny. It's called the Book of Destiny for a reason. Where it's his book.
Next crossover, they're probably gonna Destiny's gonna come in and say, like, why the hell did you steal my book?
It won't matter because he's blind for a reason. My thing is, the book is actually usually chained to his arm because bad things happen when the book's out of his grasp.
Oh yeah, that's why you were flipping shit in the last podcast when I brought up the Book of Destiny.
Yep.
That thing is meant to be connected.
See that whole shelf over there that says Sandman?
Yeah. Which I actually learned there's a 2-part episode of Smallville where Sandman is in it.
Is it actual Sandman or is it the actual Sandman of the Endless?
It's as close to Sandman as you're gonna get.
Yeah, let's talk about this episode.
Okay, yeah, let's talk about it, shall we?
How does this... They discover we need 7 people.
We need paragons.
7 paragons. And,
Ooh,
Supergirl, you're one of them.
Ooh, I know the 7 Paragons.
Paragon of Hope.
Mario, Luigi, Peach, Bowser, Wario, Yoshi, and... Who was the other one? Oh, wait a minute. Those are the 7 Star Children of Legend. Never mind. Which would have been more acceptable than this!
Paragon of Hope, Paragon of Courage, Honor, Love, Humanity, Truth.
And they just straight up say that, oh yeah, Supergirl's one, Martian Manhunter's one.
Honor.
But we're not going to call you Martian Manhunter because that would be too silly for a sophisticated show like this.
We're going to call you Jean. We're just going to call you Jean.
Hey, they did that in the...
We're going to call you by your first name.
They did that all the time in the Justice League cartoon.
That's my point.
I know.
Again, as somebody who had not seen the Arrowverse, I had no idea he was Martian Manhunter.
You should know who Jean Jones is, though.
I could barely even catch his name.
Jean.
Also, can we also talk about the fact that when they were actually listening to that, was anyone else, except for me, and just started thinking like they started trying to like use like the emotions of the lanterns, when they said hope and then they said love and all that other stuff.
Yeah.
Because you know who else would have been better at this? And I'm no way a fan, but I felt like it seemed like the embodiment of like friendship and all that from My Little Pony, the elements of harmony. That would have been way more interesting.
Yeah, let's see. There's honesty, kindness, laughter.
We don't need to go into
generosity, loyalty, magic. But that's only 6. Then again, you could also use the crests. The crest of courage, the crest of friendship.
Please stop.
Yeah.
Crest of hope, light, love. Oh.
Keep going.
Thank you, Star Trek.
Anyway,
reliability, knowledge. There was one more.
Yeah, but no, they straight up say who the first 2 are. They're like, well, I'm gonna give vague hints on who the other 2 are.
Sincerity. That's it.
I mean, they're not that vague. I might as well just say that one of them is alternate universe Superman, and the other one's a bat person.
No. What he said was, finding the bat of the future will lead you to the paragon of courage.
I'm not talking about that fucking bat of the future bullshit.
Oh, I hated that so much.
But they're like, and so they're like, okay, let's go find the future Batman.
Yeah, Lois, Iris, and not Superman, because he's too skinny to be Superman.
Clark Kent.
Yeah, Clark Kent. They all head off to find the paragon of truth. And
but for some
Batgirl and Supergirl go to find the.
But for some reason, the Monitor brought Lex Luthor back.
He is wise.
He's like, oh, he has a role to play in this story. He doesn't. But
basically, if anything, he literally just self-sabotaged the entire operation.
He then steals the Book of Destiny to go to a bunch of different universes and kill Superman.
Supermen.
For some reason.
He hates Supermen.
Because this Lex Luthor's a dumbass.
And a prejudice.
There's no reason for him to do this?
His burning hate for Superman.
No, and the moment you find this out, the universe they're in is like, well, we gotta find this world Superman real quick. And they're like, oh, this just in, Superman has died.
Death of Superman.
Immediately. And then the image on the TV screen was the most embarrassing thing.
How did you feel about
seen.
seeing the death of Superman in a TV show, live action wise?
The only thing I will definitely give to this, I actually do like for this whole thing, is the picture Easter eggs, like how they did on with Iron Man blasting Cap Shield in Civil War.
Yeah.
I can respect that. My thing is, however, that Superman that they showed on the ground in that one,
yeah,
that was Tyler Hoechlin's stunt double Superman.
Wait, so that's the more buff Superman.
That was his stunt double, yes. Who looks more like Superman than he does. Yes.
Does not compute. Oh. That does not compute. Okay, now, should we just continue while we're on the topic of Superman?
Yeah, like Tom Welling.
Okay.
And his pointless, useless, unneeded cameo.
With him not even having his powers, the thing that people have been wanting for so many years.
Allow me. Because when I saw the trailer, because there were multiple teasers and trailers that were promoting this thing, they said that Tom Welling was going to come back as Superman, not as Clark Kent. Not only that, but you also expect that when you read some of these articles that he's coming back to play the role one more time. Especially, as I mentioned earlier, with Elseworlds, when they teased the Smallville theme song and the Smallville set, which they used the same damn set for this too.
I need somebody to save
this
me.
episode.
Yeah. And so they give us Tom Welling and his beautiful face. He has gotten jacked. He looks
like he
the
could
part.
be Superman.
He looks the part. But before Lois, Iris, and Clark can even say anything, is like, we need you to come with us because you have to.
No,
you're
because
possibly one of the Paragons. Lex Luthor's going to try to kill you.
No, because Lex Luthor's about to kill you. We need to save you.
Oh, right. And she wanted me to bring this up. Basically, I didn't know the president was in town. Because Lex became president at the end of Smallville. Spoiler. Yeah, they get teleported back to their little ship by Lex Luthor.
Yep.
And exactly, Tom Welling said it best because we're saying it. You're not Lex. And he threatens him with kryptonite. We find out that he lost his powers, which...
Gave up his powers.
Yeah, he gave up his powers for his family, but...
How?
Jor-El can do anything. Jor-El took his powers before. But that's not what first went through my mind. Because...
Superman 3?
No. What went through my mind is like, wait a minute. I know there's a version of Superman who eventually became immune to kryptonite.
The King Comes Superman.
Yes.
Oh.
Is that what's going on? Nope. Nope. He just gave up his powers. And
Because he has kids, I guess.
2 daughters.
Which for some reason means I gotta give up my powers.
Well, in his defense, if my enemies found out who I was, my kids would be in danger. My family would
They
be in
have
danger.
Kryptonian on a planet orbits a yellow sun.
Yeah. They're also basically Superman.
Also, if anything, and
Lois can take care of herself.
also if anything's going this, because
Well, wait, they have Supergirl. All the other Kryptonians were sent back to the Phantom Zone.
and I'm just gonna actually just throw this out there, being nerdy again, because we all know Power Girl, right? The
Yeah.
Supergirl of Earth 2,
Uh-huh.
and how she said that the Earth Prime's kryptonite doesn't really affect her unless she's exposed to it for like a long period of time, because for the most part it won't do anything with her.
Yeah.
And Lex just came in with a piece of kryptonite.
Mm-hmm.
Even if that was the case, since that's not probably his own universe's kryptonite, that probably wouldn't have that much effect on him anyway.
That's true, too.
I don't know if that's like, that they kind of use for that case, but I'm just throwing that out there.
He had
Crisis on Two Earths. Lex brought blue kryptonite from another Earth that was just as effective, since it's clear opposite.
That's because Ultraman actually eats green kryptonite for his powers.
Exactly. But no, they teased Tom Welling, and we see him.
He does nothing in the plot.
He does nothing. It's just a cameo. And
It's
it's frustrating.
A cameo that takes up too much time.
I want my Tom Welling.
I think we now know the pain of the Star Trek fans is when William
Watching
Shatner...
the new Picard show?
We'll get to that in a minute. But no, I was saying like how...
No, we
Yeah,
Me
I
and you
know.
will watch that.
How William Shatner supposedly guest starred in Star Trek Enterprise as a totally different character, but not as Captain Kirk.
I will take you up on that.
Exactly.
And that's all I'm going to say right there. That's just all I'm going to do
Yeah.
right there, like, right now.
Yeah. Thanks, hon. Now let's talk about Kevin Conroy.
Oh my
Who was Kevin
god!
He is the original Batman voice from Batman the Animated Series. He is the staple Batman voice.
He is the best Batman.
He is the Mark Hamill of Batman.
He is Batman.
He is the best Batman.
He is the greatest Batman voice to ever get. Yeah.
That's how we felt.
What was that for?
Because
Sorry,
that's
he
how
got
we
a little-
felt watching
he got a little
this
too
cameo.
excited. Okay, so they
Wait.
Yes.
So he was the one in the middle, in the.
Yeah, he was Bruce Wayne.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh. I
Which they
wanted to
only
know.
cast Kevin Conroy
Okay.
because people like Kevin Conroy as Batman.
Yeah. He has the perfect voice, but he does not look the part. That's probably why they threw him in that suit. But
That still doesn't make it any better.
He had a thing going up to his spine. I just wanted to
yeah,
break
they
it.
went and they made him
A
vicious murderer.
Zack Snyder Batman in the future?
Yeah, when I saw that he had the thing going.
No,
up
I would
his
say
Just wanted
he's
to
more of
separate
the.
so that
Okay,
he can
Zack
die.
Snyder didn't at least try.
No, my thing, I was actually going to say he's more like the Frank Miller Batman and the
Oh, the
All-Star
Iron- the-
Batman.
Yeah, All-Star
He's the-
Batman. Yeah,
the
he is
goddamn
All-Star
Batman.
Batman and Robin. That's exactly what he is.
Yeah, and apparently he
I'm the goddamn Batman.
and he's apparently killed all of his enemies, and he's
Yep.
also killed Superman, which
Yep.
pisses off Kara, and he tries to kill Kara,
Yes,
and then he gets electrocuted
And
to
then,
death.
then he just dies.
You get electrocuted to death.
He was batshit crazy
Well,
and
that
went out like a
makes
little bitch.
sense.
They
Well, it
kicked him
makes
into a pylon.
It makes sense that he was electrocuted then.
It's-
Because of the
I mean, that's
metal.
fair.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fair. That's
But-
That
lame.
makes sense.
That doesn't excuse the fact that he went out like a bitch, though.
Well, yeah.
It's
That doesn't
lame.
explain that, but
And it was done
in
just
that
to make
aspect, it makes sense.
Batwoman
because of the
and
metal.
Supergirl look better.
Yeah, Batwoman is officially
Doesn't
the
that sound
paragon
too
of courage.
Okay. The
Because
Bat
she
of the
had
future.
to overcome the
This-
courage
okay.
to kill the person she admired, or at least disarm, harm, whatever, insert word here, to realize her own courage as the aspect.
Can we also
That makes sense.
Yeah.
can we also add to the fact that how when you hear Bat of the future, does that anyone else start thinking of Terry McGinnis?
Click. It just clicked.
No, do you want to know what it made me think? When they said that, oh, Batwoman, you're the Bat of the future. I was just like, that's some woke-ass garbage writing.
I think I basically
That
stopped
is
watching Arrowverse for the most part.
Disgustingly on the nose.
Y'all
It
know,
doesn't even care about how terribly written it is.
y'all know the last thing I actually watched from the Arrowverse when they started doing that whole woke crap thing?
Flash.
Crisis on Earth X. I don't care how you feel about the current administration. You just don't tribute on the whole planet as a whole planet full of Nazis.
They also made an animated movie too, the Ray.
I know.
Did you watch that?
I did not yet.
Do you plan to?
Not anytime soon. I mean, I will eventually, just so I can say, because I have nothing against the freedom fighters. I just hate the dialogue in that special.
I'm just happy we got to see Leonard Snart again.
Of course, that's the only way you're going to see Leonard Snart.
Yeah, multiple Earths now. And, yeah, I guess no one thought that killing off Batman was not going to piss off anyone outside of Bane.
That Batman needed to die, I'm sorry.
I mean, the Batman was a jerk, but they could have at
They
least...
could have just gone like, okay, we don't need you, bye. Like they do with basically everybody,
Also,
everything
who was
else.
the black guy that was in his, mansion
Oh,
with
that's Luke Fox, Lucius' son, who becomes Batwing.
That's Batwing.
That's Batwing.
Okay,
Again, back to Bad Blood.
one thing I was thinking it was actually going to be Signal.
Nope, Batwing. Or as I like to call him, Iron Bat.
I think I would prefer if it actually was Signal.
Yeah.
Can we talk about the other Superman?
The one who
Oh.
lost everything?
The Kingdom Come Superman.
No, here's the problem I have here.
The one,
Is
It's
that
our-
supposed to be Kingdom Come Superman, or is that supposed to be Christopher Reeve Superman?
the one who lost
Christopher
everything?
Reeve Superman became Kingdom Come Superman.
How?
How should I know?
No,
Right?
no, I'll tell you what.
Yeah.
They thought it would.
Yeah.
They're like,
The one with
people
the
like the Kingdom Come costume. Let's just put that on Christopher Reeve Superman. That makes no sense, but it'll look cool. It doesn't look cool.
Does it?
I actually
kind of
did like the
feel
actual
bad for
design
him
of the
for
costume.
The Kingdom Come Superman looks good.
And
that.
the sad thing is,
Bad for him there.
because the yellow
He
supposed to
lost
represent
everything.
the light of hope, and because the Kingdom Come Superman actually has the actual black part to it. But due to the process is because it's trying to be a bit darker than the whole thing about Lex warping his mind. How come his costume was actually brighter and more colorful than not Superman's costume from Superman?
Because they're doing the whole dark, gritty one.
That
Faded yellow.
is an excellent question.
Again, because it's also supposed to be the Christopher Reeve Superman. Which is dumb.
Why is it dumb?
Because there is no way that Kingdom Come works in that context.
He's right, in this case.
Would it have made any
It would have made more
sense?
sense if he was just in his regular Superman costume.
Now, to be fair,
Talk about the Superman from Superman Returns.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, would you have preferred that to just be the Superman from
Honestly,
Superman
I
Returns?
like the fact that
Yeah,
that
because
costume
he basically was.
that
It's
is
Christopher Reeve.
I actually like that costume because that is actually one of the better Superman Crest costumes. Because it's just gonna keep boring seeing the Scene S logo over and over again. This one's actually more like a throwback to the '90s, especially the whole red and blue thing that was going on at the time.
My personal favorite costume is the Red Sun Superman.
Oh, Soviet Supers.
Yep, which they're making an animated movie about that.
I know. It's gonna suck.
Probably. But go on.
And then Lex Luthor makes them fight, which does nothing.
And
It's a pointless scene that exists simply to have an action scene.
Iris
Padding,
and Lois were
padding.
Lois and Iris were so damn useless. It wasn't until after the fact they managed to do something and hit Lex in order to kick the book.
Yep, they should have stabbed him in the head.
Yeah, no, they're like, oh,
Of course
teach
not,
him
yeah.
love. That'll stop him. Oh, the Lois of this universe loved you. Don't care. Okay, let's just hit Lex in the back of the head. Why didn't you just do that to begin with?
They did that again when they got the Book of Destiny.
They were so useless. No matter what, those who have been the most useless in this whole thing. Okay, some of the most useless things this week.
They had more of a use than the Monitor.
They had more of a use than Constantine did.
He showed up in this episode, didn't he?
Yes, he did.
And I'm about to get, because here's one of the biggest plot points. That plot lines
Plot
that
holes?
goes, no, it's not a hole. It's just a plot line that goes nowhere. So they're like, oh, we don't want to accept the fact that Oliver's dead.
Yeah, don't
So-
honor his death.
So, Lazarus Pit, let's bring him back, and let's have Constantine bring his soul back.
And then they end up coming across Jonah Hex because they have to
Who
go to an
also got
alternate
taken
Earth.
out like a little bitch.
Jonah Hex because he got beaten up by White Canary.
No, not the fact. It's supposed to be Jonah Hex. He's supposed to be really awesome. And not to mention the fact that he also has a
He basically does nothing.
and he gets and basically it just seems like Sarah just basically just guard him, just just be abusive and just hurt the guy.
Again,
Hey, here's a member berry. You remember Jonah Hex? I remember.
again, Jonah Hex has done better in Legends of Tomorrow the 2 times he shows up in it.
He's supposed to be the greatest bounty hunter in DC Universe.
That's actually established.
Let
in
me
Legends of Tomorrow.
get to where the big problem with this whole damn plot line is.
It
It's
goes
like,
nowhere.
no, here's the thing. So they put him in the Lazarus pit. His body comes back to life. Okay, now we gotta go get his skull. Hi, Lucifer. Let's go to Purgatory. We found Oliver's soul. Let's go back.
I'm the Spectre.
I need you to come with me.
You're
Okay,
right.
bye.
Okay.
All right, let's.
Now-
This takes up 30 minutes of the damn thing.
Okay, now once again, let's try to quiet down a bit more. But now let me try to break that down for you. You see, this whole crisis thing, this entirety of the crisis thing could have been completely
An
avoided.
hour. An hour
All they
long.
had to do was just recruit Lucifer Morningstar. That is all they had to do.
Hey, he's a busy man getting hookers and helping the helping the LAPD find criminals.
Yeah, but the thing is with this, is sooner or later, there's going to be like a lot of dead souls, no matter what universe you're in.
Also, did you really think Lucifer would have said, yeah, let me drop what I'm doing to help you people that I don't know?
It's the thing. It's not mentioning the fact that, doing that like goodness of his heart. It's doing that of the fact because sooner or later, because basically here's how it works with Lucifer. Alright. We all know he abdicated his throne in hell.
Mm-hmm.
He opened up a nightclub.
Yeah.
Sooner or later, because of everything that's been going on, antimatter or not, there's going to be a lot of dead souls.
Yeah.
Right. And a good portion of souls are going to go straight down.
Yeah, for sure.
Which means there's going to be more work to do in hell with processing.
Mm-hmm.
And the first person they're going to try to get back in order to try to, do his actual job? Lucifer.
Yeah.
Since that still makes it the whole point of season 1.
Oh.
So, basically, if this was smart, because basically Lucifer is actually the second most powerful character in the DC universe, right behind the Presence.
The present? Oh, okay.
Yeah. So, with that being said, don't you think Lucifer actually will just, verbally see the light, help him, basically just wipe the Animator out of all of existence and basically bottle him up so that way he doesn't actually any work to do?
Tristan. That would have been too easy.
Yeah.
And that would have made sense.
This is the problem with crossovers, I've noticed.
Sorry?
Is that there's always, especially with superheroes, where everybody's literally a god. It's like, why is there any conflict or problem? It's like, this could all be easily avoided.
Because reasons. That's why.
Plus, they're not all Doctor Who. It's not like something.
We want your money. That's why.
But it's not like Doctor Who where he basically just solved all that kind of thing within an hour's worth of time.
That's true.
Just saying.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, then episode 2 ends.
Ooh,
We accomplished nothing, guys!
Like I said, going back to the part in Purgatory. What rhyme or reason was there for Jim Corrigan to just show up? There was no build-up for him whatsoever.
At that exact moment in time when they're about to get him.
Because
It's almost like that whole thing wasn't needed.
Because they wanted the Spectre to be in this.
They wasted 30 minutes of our time.
That was also another wasted character in this whole thing.
The Spectre?
That's Spectre.
We'll talk about that in episode 4.
That part that part made me,
So, episode 3.
Yeah.
Let's see what I forgot about anything. Oh, how about the fact that Harbinger was even more useless in this one? Only just serve as a kidnapper.
She did nothing until she got kidnapped at the end.
She did nothing.
She lost.
Good
day,
game,
sir.
sir.
Yeah, like I said, if it wasn't for me taking notes, I would have forgotten Harbinger was actually in that part. Was actually in part 2.
I did forget she was in that part.
Because she wasn't in it till the very end.
Now we're at part 3.
Yep, part 3, Flash.
Lane's still here.
Yeah, I'm
Story
still here.
by Eric Wallace, but it was a teleplay that was working with an actual comic writer by Sterling Gates. His novel works is Supergirl.
Oh. Wait, comics or the show?
I believe, yes.
Oh. Alright. Well, I sort of forgot what happened in this episode outside them looking for more Paragons.
Me too.
I remember, there's a few
It's
things
not
that
really that
stuck
memorable.
out to me
This is
that I remember and hate.
This is probably the most filler of the episodes, actually.
I think.
No, I think part 2 is more filler.
Part 2 was filler, because wasn't that the one where we finally brought in Snow and Ramon?
That was.
I think that was this part.
Mm-hmm.
Because
You
it's a Flash episode.
Right! Yeah, they all... Okay, let me go back to the start of Season 6 of The Flash and talk about Nash
Season
West.
6?
No, we're not doing that.
No, you need to be
No,
aware of
we
Nash
don't.
West. He is in this episode, and it's all of his fault. Because
Did you say
he's
season
the one...
6?
Season 6 of The Flash.
Go ahead, talk about it.
Yes, the Flash does not have 6 seasons.
Yeah,
It
Flash is
does.
on season 5 right now.
Oh my.
No, it's not Season 6.
Oh my god, it is 6 seasons now.
Yeah, Season 5 was about his time-traveling daughter. No, but Nash Wells is another version of Harrison Wells, where he's some sort of a mix between Indiana Jones and the Tomb Raider.
Oh,
And he ends up,
So he's just Indiana Jones.
Yeah, and he ends up freeing the Anti-Monitor.
Yep.
And then he becomes Pariah, and then he, like, suddenly shows up now, because, now I remember what happened this episode. Cisco's brought in, so is Caitlin,
Oh yeah.
and they're trying to stop the antimatter weapon.
Yeah, and she's still like an ice being drag queen.
Yeah. And take a wild guess what they find at the heart of it. Barry Allen.
Yep.
Oh, you mean a big psych out?
Yes, the fake out. So Barry Allen is going to die in Crisis, but it doesn't say which.
Nope. It's just John Wesley Shipp.
Yep.
Oh yeah, and Black Lightning comes in for no reason. Oh wait, no, there is a reason. Pariah brought him in.
No, he's in there just so they can have Black Lightning in him.
Yeah, and Pariah
Who
brought
does
him
all
in.
of nothing.
I
Except,
think
like, you know,
somebody
attack over heroes.
else
He
originally.
pretty much is. He's pretty much here for the same reason Static went to the Watchtower in that episode that Justice League featured in his show,
Yeah, that's
where
what
he
I
was
thought
just
it
supposed to absorb energy. That's the only reason he's here.
Are we forgetting a major plot element at the very beginning of the fucking episode that renders the entirety of the second episode pointless?
What?
Lex Luthor,
No.
the Book of Destiny,
No.
Harbinger.
I have a Paragon
What?
Finder.
Oh yeah.
Yo, yeah!
Yeah, Ray.
Now
Ray made
that
a
was that was a Deus Ex Machina.
Yeah, it's like, I've invented a Paragon. Here's who they all are. No search. Nothing interesting.
How does that even work? I mean, what is it even? How does it even?
comic book science.
No, even then they still explain.
Comic book science.
Even then,
Comic book science.
even then, that's way too damn general.
Yeah.
This was
No, comic
Sex.
books aren't that stupid.
Explain Flashpoint Paradox then.
That's a different type of stupid altogether.
No, it's not.
Yes, it
Stupid
is.
is stupid.
No, there are many different types of stupid.
Yeah. Either way. Ray
This
makes the
explained
paradox.
nothing. This was just like oh crap, how we're gonna like. okay,
We don't
Magic
actually want
Machine-
to. We don't want to spend time on anything.
Yeah.
Magic Machine.
Okay, cool. Flash. Okay.
John.
Okay,
We already named them.
Yeah. Brandon Root Superman. Okay, awesome. And oh man,
Ryan
this
Choi.
oh man, this is not diverse enough. Asian guy.
Random Asian human who will contribute nothing to the plot.
Actually, I had looked up who Ryan Choi is. He becomes the next Adam.
I know, but we're never gonna see that. Plus, random Asian guy. We just need a random Asian
random
guy.
person who doesn't do anything to the plot. He brings nothing to the table.
Why is he there?
Asian.
Reasons.
Because you know who the only other Asian person you ever see in the Arrowverse is, for the most part?
Felicity.
Felicity's white. She's hella white.
Very white.
Like white bread.
I was gonna
Without the crust.
Dr. Mariko Light.
Who?
Exactly.
Well, Dr. Light. Oh. Wasn't that a dude?
No, well, that's Dr. Arthur Light. The heroic Dr. Light is a Japanese woman.
Oh.
Yeah, she does show up in like one of the previous seasons. But that
Season 2 of The Flash. And
No,
she
we're
died.
talking about. We're talking about dumb plot.
I know, I'm just saying.
Rendering the entirety of the second episode pointless.
Can we also talk about the fact that that these people talk about family more than family claptrap more than the Fantastic Four does?
Yes.
Like, enough of the family crap already. Oh my god!
You're saying you don't appreciate family?
I do appreciate family, but shut up about it.
How about any of Supergirl's dialogue in this episode?
Do you mean
I hated every scene she was in.
that's not hard to do?
I hated every scene Lex Luthor was in.
But her whole her dialogue is so goddamn damn terrible. He's like, I'm the paragon of hope. I have to have hope.
That goes without saying.
You know what she?
And then she goes to the book. She's like, I'm going to write my universe back into existence. But everybody said that was a bad idea. That would absolutely probably drive you insane. But I have to have hope that it will work.
Calm down.
Yeah, you gotta believe.
Calm down.
Fuck you. Fuck whoever wrote this shit.
Also, can we also talk about the fact that what's the whole point of Kate stealing Bruce Wayne's kryptonite? You forgot about that, didn't you?
Yes, I did forget about that.
Yeah. The reason for that is because I guess Bruce sort of got to her about how Kryptonians can be dangerous, and it's something of a last minute weapon if Supergirl ever goes off the deep end.
So basically, that's just Batman being
It's
old.
bat bait.
So basically, what I'm basically hearing this in woke terms is old white guy racist.
Yep.
I guess so.
Because that's literally the whole premise of Supergirl.
And then
Racist against aliens.
And then Kate essentially tells her about it, and she says, "Keep it. I'm gonna be courageous that you don't have to ever use it. I hope I never will."
That was so bad. But everyone knows, for all the time you actually see her, she barely doesn't even have to use the mask, but she's always still in the bat suit.
Yeah, that goes
Or
for
the whole
everyone
time
else too.
Yeah, the whole time you see Jean, he's Martian Manhunter without being Martian Manhunter.
Yeah, Flash, he doesn't have his mask on.
Well, I mean, I get that, but at least he's still in the suit.
Yeah, Batwoman's still in the suit too.
Yeah.
So what's your point about that?
I was just saying is, you have the gear, but the whole point of actually using it in the end, it's kind of like, in the Suicide Squad movie, how you have Deadshot not even wearing a mask for the whole for most of the movie.
I will knock your ass out.
Anyway, let's see.
What else happened in this fucking episode?
This is where Lucifer popped up.
Yeah, this is where that whole plot line went
Whole
nowhere.
Spectre stuff. Yeah, Harbinger got possessed.
And then shows up at the very end of the episode like, hey guys, I'm okay!
Except I'm not.
Except I'm evil. Boom!
Or how about the fact they got Lex back in the prison for Supergirl and Kate just basically rough him up a bit in order to find information about the Book of Destiny and how to use it, and then don't do anything with that at all.
Did they ever explain why Lex is the one person who can use the Book of Destiny without going insane? Either?
No.
Of course not.
Or how about the fact that somehow they, I know this is not until
he's already
the
insane.
next part, but you would think someone would check that damn book, see if there's anything missing out of it.
You'd think.
Or Supergirl actually used that, that special X-ray vision of hers that she keeps boasting on about, and see if there's anything else on him that would have been
And
Didn't he rip a page out?
yeah, he ripped
Yes.
it. He ripped and pocketed out a page, particularly the page with
It
who's the Paragon.
got rid of the only somewhat interesting idea they had.
Kingdom Come Superman.
No, just the Brandon Routh, Christopher Reeve Superman being there at all. It's because yeah, you could actually do some stuff with that. And then it was no, psych, I am, because I physically wrote it down.
That's the biggest fuck you.
Doesn't that mean that they physically ruined the premise of the Book of Destiny?
Yes.
Yeah, they did.
Painfully so. Oh, how about this whole thing? The fact that paragons don't even matter, since apparently you can just write yourself in as a paragon.
Yeah.
None of this actually matters.
Now, I'm gonna get to just how much. There is a total of one paragon that matters, and I will get to that in the next episode.
Okay.
But
There's
for
a
now-
total of one character who actually does anything of value.
For now, let's talk about the fact that Pariah sent the 7 Paragons to the vanishing point when the antimatter wave got swept up, despite the fact that Barry and company stopped the machine by sacrificing old.
No, that was the actual wave.
Oh, right.
Yep. Oh yeah, that's right.
How about the fact that we don't actually see any other universe get destroyed aside from Supergirls and Regular?
And the few that were cameos at the start of episode 1.
But yeah, I totally forgot about this part. I actually wrote up here.
No, we don't actually get them, see them get destroyed.
Specters out of nowhere.
Is it really
Thank
that
you, Kim.
costly to make a graphic of the wave just destroying other Earths?
Wouldn't it have been boring seeing the same thing get destroyed over and over
Also,
again?
No, you film it from different angles, do it at different times.
You're in space.
It shows actual tension.
Especially just time click on just ticking, just tick-tocking.
Otherwise, all they do is talk about it.
There's only so many ways you can make a planet from
And they
your
did none of
space.
those ways.
There's only so many times you can make a planet getting obliterated not boring. If you see the same planet get destroyed over and over again, it's gonna get irritating.
But yet people still love Dragon Ball Z. Go for it.
Yeah, exactly.
Poor Namek.
They showed nothing.
No, they did not.
That's the point. That's the problem.
You talk about it, but it's nothing. But it does nothing.
We
if you
don't
show.
know. We, the audience, get no sense of how big this is.
And basically also saying that all the Earths got destroyed. That means Luthor will have actually just had vanish at the same time as well.
Yeah, it's not like any of these Earths look any different when we're there. They all basically look the same.
That's my point. It would look boring seeing them all destroyed.
No! I'm bringing up a different point. I'm bringing up on the ground level. They all look the same.
Again, they would
All of them.
Exactly. Seeing them all destroyed would just look the same.
No, because that's just a flash cut montage.
Except they didn't have one.
Exactly.
Calm down, Jesus.
No, I'm actually with him on this one.
I'm talking about his voice.
Oh. So basically, we also had a waste of the John Wesley ship cameo.
Yeah.
It was neat how they used that one scene between him and Tina from the old live action TV series from 1990. But that was that.
Yeah. Well, John Wesley Shipp had like 3 roles in this series, so he's still getting a paycheck.
But here's the thing: if they actually want to take the page from the actual Crisis comic event, either Barry Allen played by Grant or Barry Allen played by John will disintegrate and become the lightning bolt that gave Barry his abilities to begin with on his chemistry table.
You know they're not going to do that.
It would have been better if they're just having him just disintegrate for the umpteenth time.
How would that have made sense, though?
Because that's literally how it happened.
In continuity of the Arrowverse.
You see the lightning bolt. You see, Grant, that's when that matter generator thing that they had underneath Star Labs, but still, it never really specified where all the energy from that came from.
Overload.
That's still not really going much of anything.
You could say that Harrison, or Eobard himself, tampered with it.
He already did that. That's how it already was explained.
Exactly.
But still, the power had to come from somewhere.
And it
And besides, no one ever said it was actually the bolt from the generator actually was the one that caused it.
No, the generator overloaded and the particle accelerator exploded, which generated a thunderstorm that struck Barry.
Right, and it could have been that bolt coming from that 0 point, traveling through that way and hitting him.
I'm not following you.
Yeah. You get it right.
Well, I stopped paying attention.
You get it right, Lena.
Mm-hmm.
She gets it. I don't.
Yeah, what was that whole thing about?
We all
When-
noticed where the particle accelerator exploded, and just sending out a wave of energy throughout Star City and the world, causing metahumans.
Yep.
But when John Wesley's ship disintegrated, and because going by the actual continuity from the comic, because Barry Allen became the lightning bolt that she gave Barry Allen his powers to begin with. So there's him disintegrating for the umpteenth time, and since basically the antimatter wave generator was basically at the heart of everything, we would say that then carried out with one of the anti-waves, just like doing a whole crap like when Jonathan's ship just got carried to another universe in time, and wound up striking Barry, thus creating the Grant Gustin Barry Allen Flash.
Yeah.
Right. That would have been interesting.
But now he just dies.
Yeah, for the umpteenth time.
Why does he die? Because we gotta make it look like the comic book.
And except they screwed that up.
Yeah, they fucked that up. So
Big time.
Because we can't be too graphic.
We totally forgot about talking about when Lois went to actually go find Jonathan on that Earth of the old Green Arrow.
No, I talked about that, how it went nowhere.
Oh, right.
And how Rory is apparently the best babysitter ever.
Because he reads inappropriate romance novels that he wrote.
A guy like that writing Harlequin romance novels. Isn't that? I don't know what it is.
And calls himself Michelle.
Rebecca.
Oh, yeah, Rebecca.
Rebecca Silver.
Anyway, yeah, we've talked about episode 3 enough.
Yeah, Pariah sent them to the vanishing point.
There's not much. Okay,
And just basically remember how...
Episode 4.
Oh, remember how useless Caitlin was? How she didn't even need to be there over Drag Queen himself?
She did nothing in anything.
Cisco didn't really do anything.
Cisco did at least some. Did one thing.
He got his powers forcibly given back to him.
Yeah, but he still did a thing.
Yeah, and then he took...
That basically went nowhere.
He took John was a ship, Barry Allen, off the treadmill, and then he put him back on.
Yeah.
So he at least did use powers.
He's basically a cosmic Uber at this point.
He's still...
After he gave them
better than just standing there.
It just makes the fact that he gave up his powers for a normal life all the more insulting.
Yes, it does. But still, at least he did something, and Caitlin did nothing.
She stood there and looked...
It looked ugly.
Yeah, I was gonna say pretty, but no. RuPaul would have been better in that scene.
To episode 4! Another plot point that goes nowhere.
Part 4 with Arrow. Directed by Glenn Winter? Written by... Oh, Marv, no!
What?
Marv Wolfman helped write the story.
What else has he done? I don't know.
He was one of the biggest writers of DC back in the days. Because he actually, wrote Crisis on Infinite Earths, dude.
That explains why this is the best of the episodes.
But Mark Guggenheim is part of the writing team on this.
Shit!
What did he do?
We've already discussed this one.
Green Lantern and Sea of Monsters.
See, names don't really stick with me too much.
I'm still here.
She is.
And I'm gonna stay right here because I fell asleep during part 4, so I don't remember what happened.
So first 2 minutes of...
During the vanishing point.
No, first 2 minutes of the episode is a plot point that goes nowhere.
Oh yeah, the monitor.
No, not even that. No, I'm talking about how, the Flash, he's disappeared. I'm back. Oh, I've only been gone 2 seconds. What the hell, guys? It's been a month. I can't use the Speed Force.
Yeah, dude.
Oh yeah.
No, I can't use the Speed Force anymore. Then Oliver shows up. He's like, hey, here, Barry, use the Speed Force.
With the power of boop.
Never mind.
What's the whole point of even having him look like the Spectre like that? He just looks like a homeless guy.
Well, the Spectre kind of looked like a homeless guy to begin with.
That is not how the left hand of God is supposed to look.
Yeah, but still.
That no green suit or anything. It didn't even have to be like an actual superhero uniform. It could just literally just been a green suit, or at least a traveling nomad's outfit.
No, let's get to
That's something you would find on Corey and you want to give 50 cents to because you asked for it.
I'm getting sick and tired of talking about this. Let's just keep going.
Where did Barry go? We don't know.
No, he tried to access the Speed Force for 2 seconds and then got blasted a month in the future. And then Oliver gave him the Speed Force back immediately.
Well, that's where he went.
Rendering any plot they could use
or wait.
They did nothing with it.
And how about the fact that the Book of Destiny got destroyed? Again.
Yeah, it got
Except
destroyed
for a
before.
page that Lex Luthor has in his pocket.
Yep, that he wrote himself into being the paragon of truth.
We
And
already,
he
we already
apparently
talked
gave-
about this.
And he apparently gave himself superpowers.
And how about the whole fact that all the dialogue that sounds a mix between a Star Wars and a Matrix?
That's
No, it doesn't sound like either of those.
It sounds like B-list Sam's Club cheap quality. The Matrix Star Wars dialogue is just a master governor try to sound deep and
So prequel
yes.
dialogue, okay.
Or the new trilogy.
New trilogy's dialogue's written decently. It's just that the story is shit.
Yeah. So yeah.
The Matrix Part 2 and 3? Yeah.
I don't know. The dialogue in the first Matrix.
Because
is
basically, I was
pretty
just waiting for
pretentious.
Oliver Spectre just basically offer a blue pill and a red pill at this point.
Yeah, and then some things, Anti-Monitor interrupts their Speed Force travel, and they're trapped in memories.
Which I don't get, but it's at least an interesting idea.
It doesn't really match with what they. Well,
No.
it does match with the established with the Speed Force before. But why is it
Oh,
Oliver's
no.
memories? He's not a He's not a speedster.
No, but then... No, let's talk about this cameo.
I just realized the whole thing of him and the Speed Force and memories and all that bullcrap, it just reminded me of like one of the worst things I've ever seen.
What?
The Spirit World in the last Airbender movie.
I don't remember that.
Yeah, I remember that.
It was just basically just a blue screen filter on the camera and a lantern with a wind blowing.
You
Oh,
mean
yeah.
you mean Goku's near-death experience in Dragon Ball Evolution?
Yes.
That's who.
Okay, let's talk about the cameo.
Which cameo?
Ezra Miller.
Oh yeah.
I thought it was actually pretty neat. It doesn't do anything or explain anything, but I still think it was neat.
Neat,
It was a good wink and nod.
but it's pointless and can easily be taken out.
Yeah, it is, but at least we now know where now in the fusion line in the DCEU where Flash gets his name from.
I hate the fact that this is connected to everything. We'll talk about that at the end.
Yep.
I find it cool, but like I said, not everything is golden.
Yeah, we're still assuming the Flash is even getting a movie anymore.
Yeah, don't.
So that keeps changing writers and directors and going through so many, like, oh, we're shooting again. No, we're not shooting. I'm expecting it to fully be like Venom by the time it comes out.
I don't expect it to be like New Mutants at this point.
No, because New Mutants was
I'm
actually
talking
made.
about I'm talking about the whole.
Never coming out thing.
No, the reason New Mutants was special is because New Mutants was done. It was a completed film
Or
that they just decided not to release.
for a while for me,
Back to
Mortal
Crisis.
Kombat.
Back to
It's like
Crisis.
Venom was a
guys.
film that kept getting picked up and put down and picked
Anyway.
up and put down.
Anyway, do we have to get back to Crisis?
Yes.
Oh.
We still have one more part.
I know.
Yeah.
Still doesn't make it any
we're
better.
not even done with part 4 yet.
No, we barely started part 4.
Yeah. Ezra Miller.
Flash goes through all his memories, and a bunch of other people just randomly splattered through his memories. For some reason, Oliver sees them.
And he can interact. He can interact with the memories.
How is Johnny even able to actually travel through those? Apparently.
Oh, he picked everyone up and he was I guess he was piggybacking everyone as he was running through the Speed Force.
No, Tristan, do you want to know what this reminds me of, thinking about it closer? This is like Kingdom Hearts Chain of Memories. But without any of the explanation for why they're able to do this.
And the fun. Don't forget about the fun.
Yeah, or the fun.
Remember what the difference between that and Chain of Memories was? It was fun.
I heard
It was a-
Chain
it
of
was a-
Memories was tedious.
Tedious, but it still has a fun to it.
Tends to be between who you ask. I find it fun.
I didn't really care too much for the card system, but it grew on me. But it was still fun. I had no fun watching any of this.
Yeah, I had no fun watching this.
We just got to see some fun Disney characters.
Yeah, Marluxia's cool.
Yeah. Anyway,
Alright, get back on topic.
no, this is still on topic.
Ryan, Supergirl, and Lex are on an alien planet, and Lex has his light powers.
Yeah, Lex is like,
Oh yeah, he just how his work powers.
brains beat Brawn every time.
Punch.
Until you punch me in the face.
Yeah, let me blast you with energy and knock you out. And,
Yeah, no, even more hypocritical. Brains beat Brawn every time. That's why I gave myself superpowers. Kamehameha.
yeah, and he's so much of a mustache-twirling bad guy.
No, he literally says, it's like, I'm the one who's going to rule the universe.
Yeah,
No, the fucking
what are you
not.
doing? I'm so tired of answering that
It's like,
question.
that was the final straw where I was just like, that's not Lex Luthor. You see, Lex Luthor would never actually say that.
Out loud. He would think it, but...
Like, Lex Luthor is a lot more meticulous and calculating than this moron.
I mean, this is the guy who stole 40 cakes.
It's like, this guy has no motivation or plan. At least Jesse Eisenberg, I kind of figured out what he was going for.
Which...
And his
no
dialogue was
clue how he
actually
was able to
interesting.
do it.
His dialogue was interesting.
How was his dialogue interesting?
No, because he at least had stuff to say.
Yeah, and he shouldn't have said it.
And he was a fun crazy.
It was an irritating crazy.
It's still a fun.
At
crazy.
least the actor's good. Let's get that.
I was just basically just waiting for Charlie Sheen to show up and just basically just ruin his plans. That would have been a better ending.
Would it have been better or worse if Charlie Sheen was playing Lex
It would have been
Luthor?
what? It would have been better. He would have been the true rock star from Mars.
But yeah, Lex Luthor goes to see the Monitor. He's like, I'm gonna tell you how this is all gonna go down. You're gonna listen to me. I'm taking over as the bad guy now. And Supergirl's like, no, you're not. Oh, okay.
Let's team up the brave and the bald.
That made me mad.
That was dumb.
Really stupid.
The brave and the bald. That's where I called Lex a bald-headed bastard the first time, I think. I might have called him it before, but
No, it was before.
it was before. Either way.
Well, how about the fact that it goes nowhere?
Yeah. Why do you Kryptonians always take things so personally?
Because everything he does is personal.
Mm-hmm.
This Lex Luthor's a fucking idiot.
He really.
You know, you just ruined a really good bad guy plan, new guy. You know that?
Also, I like Ryan. I'm just gonna say that I like Ryan.
With or
Except
without
he has
him.
nothing to do.
I'm just saying. I just like Ryan. He's
He's-
just like.
He's human.
He's just there.
He's just there. He's like nothing to really take seriously because he's just a smart guy at the point to just try to help out and try to like do the best for everyone.
Maybe like Ray.
No. Because Ray actually tries
that
to
hard.
do stuff on the plot. That was soft.
Ray Palmer is essentially...
Oh. I thought you meant Ray from Star Wars.
No,
Star
Ray
Wars.
Palmer! Why the fuck would I be talking about Star Wars?
That's what I was worried about.
We are talking about DC. There's only one other Ray that we are talking about outside
Okay.
the Ray.
Okay, I'm so sorry. I am
Apologies
so sorry.
for this lad.
Yeah, Ray
I am just so.
Palmer.
I am
Not
just so.
Ray, fake Skywalker.
No.
I am
I
just so pissed off
clearly-
right now. I thought you were talking about something else that was just making me mad.
I clearly need to say the last name.
Yeah, we thought you were just trying to piss him off.
I wasn't trying.
I am so sorry.
Yeah,
Yes. Ray, he is so underappreciated.
Yes, he is.
But he at least does things, even if they're to make Deus Ex Machina machines.
But at least he's doing something to help. He's not saying something completely retarded.
The one thing Ryan does is he's like, "Oh, Monitor, don't do it because be a good person." Oh yeah, he listened to me, yay! And then that gets rendered pointless and moot
Like-
immediately.
Like, what the hell does the Paragon of Humanity have to do with anything? At this point?
Repicturing humanity, kind of like what they do to reboot the universe at the end.
No, they don't even do that. He's just there to be there.
The Paragons mean nothing.
Like, look, we needed a seventh person. We just
These Paragons mean nothing.
No, you are paragons. It means that you can hold the line.
Hey, you know who else can hold the line? any of these other well-established heroes from all these other universes
Yeah.
just grabbed.
Screw them.
Superman,
They're not main characters.
Like Lightning.
Screw them. They're not main characters.
Batman.
Screw them. They're not main characters.
The Hal Jordan from the Green Lantern movie.
We'll get to him. Again, screw that. They're not main
The
characters.
Doom Patrol.
The
We'll
Titans.
get to them.
Batman.
You said Batman.
You said Batman already.
I know. It could literally be any Batman.
Oliver dies again.
How does he die as a Spectre?
I don't know. Because we
That's-
need him to die so we can end Arrow. Except I have 2 more episodes after this. Explain that.
And how about the fact that Spectre's one of the most powerful cosmic beings to ever exist? Why did they how did they nerf him so bad?
You want to talk about how the Anti-Monitor's like this weasel who does nothing?
So nothing new then.
Yeah, he
In
killed
fact, we
Monitor.
don't even know what or who he is.
The Anti-Monitor is just an
or
doppelganger.
why he does anything.
He might as well be a dark multiverse counterpart to the Monitor.
Yeah, except the thing is, Dark Multiverse is actually cool.
Yeah. He's the anti-Monitor. He's the anti of the Monitor.
Also, here's another thing I was gonna throw out there about that, because he wasn't meant to be an actual antithesis to the Monitor that we all know, but he was actually built by Krona, a former guardian of Oa. I'm just throwing it out there.
Yeah, now he's just an evil, twisted clone who looks like,
That was just gonna happen anyway,
it looks like he just needs some serious moisturizing.
and some sunlight, just some vitamin C in general.
No, I think if he had any sunlight attached to him, he might turn to dust.
Okay. Yeah, but then there's big fight. It's not even big fight, it's just a small fight. Then the universe is saved!
It's rebuilt.
Oh, that's something else I totally forgot to bring up for the other past episodes.
What?
Those
That's nothing but talking?
No, the tuning fork towers that led to nowhere.
Oh.
Basically, sounds already established that every single Earth had one buried underneath its crust, and those was try to actually keep in tune with the vibrations of the anti-monitor's wave. They actually help stave off everything, or at least try to disperse it, and it went nowhere and was never brought up ever again.
What?
That big giant thing down
The big
Oliver,
tower at the beginning of
that Oliver
Part
died
One.
defending. That
Not ringing a bell.
Never comes back.
I know. I'm just saying. Remember how they basically kind of made that an established thing?
No.
And
They
it was that thing that just
literally
literally
did
just rised out of the ground.
That's
That big giant
beginning
thing that the
of
monitor was on.
Part
Basically,
One.
that all the shadow demons were attacking.
I'm not remembering that. I thought they were just attacking to be dicks.
No.
No, it's what kept the ring from getting to them initially.
I don't really remember. Also,
almost-
dude, sit back up.
It's almost like this is forgettable. It does nothing.
Does he think it's like something of that magnitude would have been actually important?
They do nothing with it.
Yeah.
Speaking of, there's a total. Try to guess. There's a total of 1 Paragon who ever actually did anything of use.
Barry?
Barry.
Oh, you mean he's the only character in that whole group that's actually worth anything?
He's also the only character that dies. Think about that. No, wait, no. Sarah died. She got brought back by the Lazarus Pit. Never mind. Oh, and wait, no. Ray Palmer's not a Paragon. Never mind.
What does dying have to do with anything?
That's a good question.
Well, we know that Barry did die.
No, I'm talking about his usefulness in this plot. He's the only person who did anything.
Yeah, he's also the only person
And even
who
then,
gave
it was
himself.
And even then, it was that he carted everyone around in the Speed Force, so that they can go do nothing.
Which, how does that compute, by the way? His power is super speed, not super strength. physics, people.
Also, with the fact that he never actually really used his lightning abilities, except for that one point when fighting against Jefferson, and he's never used it ever again for the entirety of this whole thing.
They nerfed him.
No, but then they kill the Anti-Monitor.
No, they don't.
He then comes back.
He comes back in part 5.
We're skipping part 5.
No, we're not.
Yeah, we're skipping part 5 because...
Talking about part 5.
Do you know how much
We are
use...
talking about
Do you
part
know how much use part 5 has to this whole thing?
They are setting up some bull crap that is
Look,
probably
it
going
has
to come up in
no
stuff.
use.
We are talking
It is
about part
filler.
5.
It is
I
only
care if it's
filler.
It is
That is
still
all
doing
it
stuff.
is.
This is the biggest
Nothing
thing
of
right
work
here right
happens.
now. We are talking about
This
it.
is a part 5 filler thing. We have to go over it whether we like it or not.
We are talking about it.
We just did.
All the Earths are merged now.
Yep. So now they won't. Not
They knew 52
No,
this
only a couple of the Earths are merged now.
Yeah, Kara's Earth and Barry's
Only
Earth.
Arrowverse Earths are merged. Yeah.
Fuck everyone else.
Hey, you also want to know what would have been also pretty interesting to see, like, you know, just as a cameo alone?
Oh,
Gotham.
no.
Hey, it still counts.
No, but all the Earths are merged, and the only people who have any recollection
Are
Are
the
those
Paragons.
are the 7 people.
Can I
Imagine what happened when Ryan woke up.
Can I bring something up, actually?
What?
Lex Luthor's a good guy now.
No. Here's the other.
No. He just runs this shit now.
Yeah. They don't even talk about him anymore in episode
No.
5.
Nope, that was it.
Why is he getting
remembers
abused?
everything.
Because he's a Paragon.
Wouldn't that be an important thing?
Yeah,
So we're just gonna gloss over that?
Why can't we just have Michael Rosenbaum?
I don't know. Because
would-
the president wasn't in town.
Because we could have had Lex Luthor and the Flash all at once.
Yeah, we could have. But no, we get the return of the Anti-Monitor, and they send him to the Microverse.
So they basically stole the premise from Ant-Man,
Yes.
but in reverse.
Yeah, but he doesn't actually show up until like the last 5 minutes.
And you have every other hero, including that garbage Dreamer, doing whatever the hell she was trying to do.
Fighting against shadow demons and a giant
You are aware, you could have fit any kind of... You didn't even need the Anti-Monitor here. You could have just fit the entirety of, all our Earths are merged now. Okay, I guess we will be able to team up to fight threats whenever we need to now. You could have put that in the last 5 minutes of the last episode.
Yeah, because essentially they set up the Super Friends. But we have to acknowledge one of the biggest battles that the heroes have ever faced.
Zemo?
Giant Bebo.
That was so stupid.
Wasn't it?
And it contributes nothing.
By the way, I don't know who the dude was who was making Bebo fight. I don't know that guy. Is he a Supergirl or Arrow villain? I don't know.
It's just...
He's freshly introduced in his new timeline.
Oh, just like Weather Witch?
Actually, Weather Witch was a Flash villain.
No, Weather Wizard was a Flash villain.
So was Weather Witch.
Yeah, well, Weather Witch wasn't made, like, apparent in any of the seasons of the Flash.
It's a waste of time! That's all this episode is!
No. They did it for one good reason.
Set up the Super Friends.
To waste our time? We could have all done this in the last 5 minutes of the last episode.
The whole thing was building up to was not like, to merge the Earths, like, try to give like some kind of epic battle. They did it all for the monkey. The monkey.
Yeah,
So they
Gleek.
can take that monkey and stick it right on their ass.
Yeah, Gleek.
Yep.
No, and the biggest fuck you at the end of this was when they showed clips from other parts of other universes.
DC's on screen.
The clips count.
Green Lantern.
Yeah,
Green
like
Lantern. They couldn't even make new footage for that. They had to pull right from the 2011 movie.
Which is a movie nobody likes.
No. They also did Doom Patrol.
The Brandon
Titans.
I hate the fact that they showed Doom Patrol at all. Because it's like, why are you reminding me of something way better?
Swamp Thing.
That's right. They did show Swamp Thing, didn't
Yeah.
they?
And then Brandon Ruth's
No, and
Superman.
they put all that stuff on their own separate Earths. Did you realize that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have they watched it?
Actually, they did go out and actually say that Doom Patrol is actually separate from the Titans.
That's stupid.
Yes, it is.
I fucking hate this.
Yeah. Yeah, I actually had to look that one up. Yeah, they actually said in an interview that Doom Patrol's universe, even though they also showed in the Titans, is actually a separate continuity from Titans.
How would that make sense?
It doesn't.
Ruin the potential for any future stuff. That's what our whole business model is.
Also, it's also
Ruin it.
I was also meant to tease Stargirl, Superman and Lois, Super Sons. Apparently, we're going to get we'll see the 120s eventually.
Green
Yeah,
Arrow
we know
and the
the
Canaries.
DCEU universe is a thing.
Stargirl.
Yep. Basically, all that just.
And
to set up-
Arrowverse is Earth Prime.
Yeah.
Yep.
Fuck you.
And now we have the Super Friends.
No, they're gonna call it the Justice League. You know they are.
No, the Super Friends theme was actually playing.
Plus the whole thing about teasing Gleek, it's going to be calling themselves Super Friends, and we all know it's going to be calling themselves Super Friends.
Yep.
Well, very woke Super Friends.
Now, I'm going to bet they'll call it Justice League.
No.
I'm going to bet on that.
Team Super Friends.
Team Super Friends, because honestly, it could be trying to be Justice League, and that could be okay. But they're going for a whole new level of stupid, and the only way you can actually being called Justice League is actually going by Super Friends.
Nobody would ever watch a show called Super Friends.
I'm looking at it right on my shelf right now, actually.
Yeah.
I'm talking about in modern times.
To be fair, they kind of did that. Well, technically, it was a Justice League live action show, but CBS's pilot. That starred Miguel Ferreira as a Weatherman.
Yes, but it was a Justice League thing, wasn't it?
Yes. Oh, badly done, Justice League.
Which name is more marketable?
It is Justice League. We all know that. But
Could be called the Justice Society.
Here's a bit of a plot hole. When the fake Superman was flying off, and Lois was like, "Oh, we gotta talk about the
boys."
The boys." He's like, "Wait, I have two?" He's like, he wasn't even one of the people who was. Like, this Earth should be old to him. This is normal.
You know who actually did this kind of thing better, in a way that's not even DC related at this point.
Mm-hmm.
Shattered Grid.
Yes, they did.
Shattered Grid did this way better.
Mm-hmm. Go Power Rangers.
Dun, dun, dun,
Dun,
dun, dun.
dun. Crisis on Infinite Earths was one of the biggest flops. The only thing that was missing is both Supermans looking at one another and says, "There's another me? I'm certainly having an identity crisis."
But it was funny seeing how Ruth Superman was looking at Ruth Palmer.
Yeah. There's a Super Me?
That was actually fun.
This 5-part epic finale was a flop.
No, and here's the thing. This is why I have a huge problem with DC fans. Now, I'm talking about fans of stuff like most of the movies, the recent movies specifically, stuff like Batman v Superman, Justice League, all that, and the Arrowverse. They are so desperate that they will accept the bare minimum and will fight you on it. They will act like, "No, this stuff is good! It's good! We will act like it's good! You suck for not liking it!" No! It's not good! Stop accepting the bare minimum! Expect more!
You went and woke her.
Oops. Hey, what are you looking at me for?
Her. I mean, him.
That was just something. It really was. What's up?
Just patting your leg.
Ah. Oh, that's fine. But yeah, it was. Yeah. Really? That was the voice of Bebo?
What?
Benjamin Diskin.
Who's he?
Stitch.
Aww.
Bebo loves you.
Yeah, I could hear
I
it.
thought I recognized that voice.
That means I can do Bebo too.
I like your Stitch better.
Bebo gonna fuck your shit up.
I like your Stitch better.
Oh.
No, apparently he also voiced Kensuke Ada.
Sorry, what?
Evangelion. For the Netflix redub.
Can you especially blame the DC fans though, since they're getting all this shit and nothing's changing?
Yeah, nothing's this. I'm shocked that Wonder Woman and Shazam were good at all.
And Aquaman.
Aquaman's decent at best.
Are you fucking kidding me?
What?
Oh, she's still looking for the list.
Oh.
Yeah, apparently he also voiced Bond in Seven Deadly Sins.
Interesting.
Wait, Bond is Bebo?
Yeah.
Why do you think? Why do you think DC keeps getting crap made? Is because the fans don't. The fans are so desperate for anything like Marvel.
Yeah,
They're desperate for anything, period.
Yeah, they're desperate for anything that they'll latch onto it and just immediately call it good, no matter how crap or shit or how much the people making it don't give a shit about them.
And yet no one's changing it.
Oh, isn't that kicking ass?
Right now, we're just having more fun looking at Benjamin Diskin's roles.
Isn't that kicking ass?
Wow, he is. He also voiced Venom in Spectacular Spider-Man.
I hear it.
I'm
Steve
Yeah,
Williams
not the time.
I know, but it's all more interesting and fun
He's
than what we just
also-
talked about for
He's
past
also
hour.
I'm gonna whole rant about how the fans will accept literally anything.
He's also
Hey, now.
Spider-Ham and Morbius and Ultimate Spider-Man.
Okay.
Tell me I'm wrong.
It could be better.
Yeah, but there's no reason. They're not given anything to be better about.
Yeah, Batman v Superman makes a ton of money. Suicide Squad makes a ton of money. Aquaman made a shit ton of money, and that's only decent at best.
I loved it. It wasn't for the fact it's just because he could talk to because I talked to Sea Life at the end. It could have been a bit better. Honestly, I love the whole entire thing.
Oh, damn, he's in Kingsglaive.
But yeah, anyway. The thing is because we basically barely scratched and we're all just basically jumping on the fact that you actually get anything at all at this point.
Yeah,
Yeah,
because
but
they're
you
not giving you anything.
When they're giving you crap,
It's fine. You did this one.
Well, I know, but the thing is, when you're starved, you're starved.
yeah, when you're starved, you're starved. But eventually, but they've given you enough at this point where you should recognize and say, no, give us better.
They're not gonna
Like
listen.
at least Marvel gives them better.
That's because they have no choice, because the only thing that's making them any extra real money are those movies.
Yeah, and they actually care enough. They
Until
care
now.
enough. No, even now, they still care enough about the fans.
Not really.
They know what they actually want. They know to give them what they want. And DC fans have made it known that what they want is more shit like Batman v Superman and Suicide Squad.
That's because we don't really get much out of Marvel at this point. Us-wise, for what we actually want of our characters.
You want to know how you change that? You demand more.
They're not gonna
And
listen.
better. No, Marvel did listen.
Marvel is not DC.
No, that doesn't matter. Because anybody, when they're not making money, starts listening. Why do you think they changed the Sonic design in the new movie? Because everybody was outraged and pissed off and demanded change.
And it looks good now.
I thought it would have been fine before.
No, it would not have.
I think it would have just been funnier.
Sorry about that.
Anyway.
Honestly, most people who outrage it seems like they're more butthurt than anything.
No! We're not butthurt! We're pissed off because it sucks!
then start making stuff that's good to begin with.
That's what you should be telling them!
They're not going to listen.
Yes, they will! When you stop giving it money, they listen! That is how business works!
I'd hate to see you as the head of DC.
Why? Because I would actually make good shit?
You'd fire everyone.
Yeah, everybody who sucks at their job! Everybody like Zack Snyder! Or the people who just butchered Suicide Squad!
He'll fight you about Suicide Squad. I mean,
It
he'll
could
fight
have
you
been
about
better.
Zack Snyder.
Oh.
Yeah, you'll fight him about Zack Snyder.
Yeah, at this point, after being so drained after watching Crisis, you wanna know what the first thing actually came to my mind was?
What?
This is so tiresome, I'm gonna go play in a Marvel movie.
Really?
That was the first thing that came out of my mouth.
I'm shocked about that.
Imagine how I felt after watching the whole thing.
Felt like you had to throw up.
I was exhausted. I wanted to take a nap afterwards.
I did.
That's not how I felt.
Basically, it felt like Rogue grabbed onto my junk and basically started draining the life out of me. Alongside Parasite on the other end.
Here's a better example of how when people finally fucking done and fucking outraged, X-Men. Specifically Wolverine. Remember X-Men Origins Wolverine? It was garbage. It
Yeah.
was terrible.
It's the best kind of
Mark
garbage.
Guggenheim.
No, it's the worst kind of garbage.
Mark Guggenheim.
It
wrote-
is awful.
Mark Guggenheim wrote the story for the X-Men Origins Wolverine game.
Right?
Yeah, I like X-Men Origins.
I like that.
I hate that movie.
That movie's fucking terrible. It's one of the worst fucking comic book movies ever fucking written.
Tell it to Steve.
And so, what did they do after that? Because people demanded better. We got the Wolverine, which was okay. It was definitely an improvement. It still wasn't great, but it was enough to be like, okay, if you make it better, we'll listen. And then we got Logan.
The thing is, because that, Origins got retconned because it actually replaced by Wolverine Origins. It was actually an animated biopic about Wolverine. It was it's part of the Marvel Knights trilogy saga. If you haven't watched it yet, it's actually pretty good. Yeah. So technically, that's the true origin movie now before the Wolverine.
No, in reality, none of it is, because nothing's canon.
Well, movie-wise at least.
And hell, look at X-Men 3. People hated it. They demanded better, so we got First Class and Days of Future Past, and then they fucked up again.
Yeah, we got Dark Phoenix.
And now we're not getting any because they,
Fucked up.
people were like, yeah, no, we don't want this anymore.
Yeah, because the Dark Phoenix saga is kind of dumb.
The point is, when you demand better, when you show them we want better, they will listen. Because they get more money out of that.
Yeah, but good luck trying to get that through to most of the millennials that don't even care about these characters to begin with, just want to see just a bunch of bull crap. Why do you think I haven't read White Knight?
And guess what's happening to Marvel right now? They're fading. The comic part of them is fading.
I thought that was already dead.
They might as well be at this point. Because they are making no money because they have ruined it.
Usually by hiring a bunch of fat asses.
When they
that
don't
care about
listen,
games.
they die. Why do you think Sonic has been on the cusp of dying and coming back to life so often?
Because there's only so much you can do with a hedgehog that runs
No.
around.
No,
the
there's
fans
still,
are idiots.
as long as you make fun games, no, there's a lot you can do.
It's because the fact they were actually listening to their idiot fans, and that's why you get stuff like Big the Cat or Shadow the Hedgehog.
No, that's not them listening to it. The fandom was created because of that.
I know, but then they started listening to what the fans might want and trying to basically
No,
take their
they
ideas-
listened to what the fans wanted, we got Sonic Generations and Colors. And then they started to squander a bit, and we got Lost World and Sonic Boom.
But literally, that's how it happened when we started like,
And that
on
forces-
the era of Sonic Adventure died.
But the biggest example of them finally listening to their fans was Mania.
Sonic- Yeah.
And Mania was fantastic.
Maybe it is gorgeous.
A little bit. But that's probably just your body heat.
we done?
I think we're just about done.
Alright, let's wrap this up.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. Oh, God.
Now what?
That was fun.
What, screaming your nuts off?
Yes.
You have some interesting definitions of fun, buddy.
Hey, you go on a rant about something.
And different strokes for different folks.
Fair enough. I have a passion for Tom Welling, and I'm probably going to rewatch Smallville at some point. With you along for the ride.
I think I'm going to start rereading The Sandman.
Let me know if you find any of the Smallville comics, because that actually continues the story after.
I have a
season
couple of them in my closet.
Nice.
And yes, Batman is them.
Yeah, I heard.
Interesting.
He's
And
actually-
I am done with superheroes. Crisis killed it.
Now, I technically can't really be done with superheroes, but we still like One Punch Man.
No, we don't.
No?
No, season 2 was a disappointment.
Season 2, isn't it?
Oh.
I never started One Punch Man.
Well,
so-
that's disappointing. Anyway, that's the best thing.
I'm done with American superheroes. How about that?
Yeah, that's
Because
fine.
I'm done with Marvel. They've oversaturated.
Spider-Man.
I'm sick of it. I'm sick of everyone talking about it.
Spider-Man.
Spider-Man's different.
No, he's not.
That's
He's part of Marvel.
That's the exception, not the rule. The DC movies, they started to get better, but because Marvel has oversaturated it, I just don't care.
I understand that.
So Marvel's responsible for
And
DC.
when it comes to the television, Crisis was the worst example of what a superhero thing could be, and it has drained me. That is what people who say they don't like superhero stuff are referring to, because it's nonsensical and poorly written.
As a DC fan, that actually drained me pretty badly, too.
Should have seen it. You should have watched Elseworlds and then watched this. Would have been way worse off.
Ooh.
And the games are just becoming generic open world games. And I'm sick of generic
Actually, I
open
do
world
have
games.
one American superhero
So-
movie for you that you might actually enjoy.
Mystery Men?
Mystery Men.
Mystery Men.
Mystery.
I don't know. I'm done with the comedy superhero stuff.
But it's
The reason Joker was a breath of fresh air is because it treated itself more like a movie.
yeah, but that's the thing with Mystery Men is an American superhero comedy thing. You're not even meant to take seriously because
They're all rejects.
yeah.
I'm done with comedy superheroes.
All right, but I'm just saying it's
Alright,
still-
you're lost.
It's just fun. It's just good fun.
I know what you're talking about.
Na 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 na.
If I see no more superhero stuff for the rest of my life, I will be perfectly happy.
You're preaching to the choir, dude. That's never gonna happen.
I know that's never gonna happen, but I'm still allowed to say it.
At that point,
Because
you're
I'm not, I'm
supposed to be
probably not gonna see anything except Spider-Man and Batman. Those are the only exceptions I'll make.
And that's why I'm gonna sit, take a break
Yeah.
and read Sandman.
Done.
It's not superhero related. It takes place in a universe, but it's on a whole never plane.
I'll still have my own little things to do.
Oh, definitely.
In fact, this podcast could probably take a break from superheroes for a while.
Good luck with that.
Except for the Harley Quinn movie.
You mean Birds of Prey?
I want to see that.
Yeah.
It's the Harley Quinn movie.
Yeah.
I want to see that so bad.
Yeah, we'll eventually
Next couple
talk
weeks.
about that. In fact, we're gonna take a break. Like next week, we're not gonna have a podcast,
Yep.
and we'll probably follow up around the start of February.
Okay.
Next week is the start of February.
The following week, then.
So, where exactly will it end now? Oh, I know. Tyler, you want to take your pick of the Wreck-It Ralph breaks the internet figures on my shelf?
No, fuck you.
And that's how we're ending. Come on, look. Penelope's looking right at you.
Fuck you. Why do you have that?
Hey, we're free.
Free doesn't mean take it.
Yes, it does.
No, that means, oh, do I like that? Oh, no, bye.
Oh, those are cute.
I agree. here. I didn't
Those are cute.
Are you sure? You can get extra Penelope.
No.
I'll take one.
I actually don't really have it.
Ooh.